Yo, 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 what's up, people? Actually, I was thinking about live streaming tonight, but I think at first I gotta build up my channel per se, if that's what you want to call it. But once again, I think it might just be me and the way I'm looking at the evolution, what I call of the black man or the black man's conscious or his whole being or his state of being, however you want to put it. But I think I'm about ready to snap because once again, something actually destroys my mentality or my concept of what I think of our people and the things we choose to do and what we stand for. And I think I narrowed it down to one word: a coward. What we have become and the things we stand on in our community has actually boiled down to the word coward. I can't think of anything else. I can't think of brave. I can't think of upstanding. I can't think of fatherhood. I can't think of brotherhood. I can't think of anything inspirational because all I see day to day and in my travels back and forth, uh, many of you may know the type of job that I'm in, and I see the kind of things that happen in the middle of the night based on my job and what I do and what I'm responsible for at the hospital. And so I see it, and it's like a constant reminder of what could be. But it's frustrating to turn on the TV and look at the news and see the type of idiotic things like two guys, not too long ago. I can't say it was yesterday or maybe the day before. Two guys jumped out of what I can say. I think it was a Mustang or something in broad daylight, and I could see a kid riding a tricycle down the sidewalk. That's the first thing I saw. But actually, I saw the sparks coming from the gun. One had one gun, one had the other type of gun. I don't carry a gun, so I don't know what kind. But somebody's uh, home footage or home surveillance system actually showed them in the middle of broad daylight shooting and gunning down at another particular vehicle that had already pulled off. You can't really see it. But they were standing in the middle of the street, one on one side of the car and one on the other side of the car, trying to gun somebody down. Didn't even bother looking to the right or to the left where the child was, or the people standing outside or coming outside or running and hiding, seeing what they were doing. There was no fear whatsoever. And I still come back to the word coward. Not particularly about the guns. The guns is a total or different subject. I'm talking about the state of mind where you can't even think of anything consciously better to do with your time. It's disheartening. It's disheartening. And I had actually thought about how I was going to map out and what I was going to say and all this stuff like this. But I figured, you know what, just press record and post it. Because all I see is cowards. And that's not what I learned when I was coming up. You know, I didn't solve things by tearing up my community. I didn't solve things by running and gunning my brother down and killing one another. I didn't do things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I fought. And I fought with these here, my two fists. I never thought about taking another man's life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe on a couple of occasions or something like that there. But it was an instant regret because I knew that that wasn't the type of person I was. That wasn't what I was raised to be. Because I had men in my life. Father, stepfather, whatever you want to call them. They were men. They taught me better. They instilled something in me. It didn't have to be my biological father, but they instilled something in me. My uncles, they instilled something in me. Pride, aptitude, gratitude, thankfulness about being responsible for not only for myself, but for my family and about what I wanted to become in life. That's what I learned when I came up. Take a look outside your door and you see the young man, there's no hope, there's no desire to do anything, to want to try to be anything, there's no guidance whatsoever. Like a bunch of doggone wild animals out in the street, in the middle of the street, in broad daylight. That's no conscience, no fear whatsoever. And you know the results, the aftermath of what I saw. A mother crying because her home was shot into and a child was killed. These are the results. Not too long ago, I won't even say might not even been a month ago, a pregnant young lady driving through a traffic light, shot and killed because you had two idiots, one on one side of the street, one on the other side of the street, trying to gun each other down like this, High Noon and a cowboy picture or something like that. It's no conscience. She's no longer here. The baby is dead. No respect for life whatsoever. Have no gratitude about anything. Forget about the part about having the men in their life. You still have to have a conscience. You still have to have the desire to want to do better. Now, how do we get there? I have no idea. I have a few suggestions, but you're going to have to shake the doggone truth to get them to do anything to see a concept of becoming a man. And this is not it. I don't want to see no more women crying. I don't want to even go to no more vigils. No more vigils for me. Because you have the women out there crying and holding on to their kids who may or may not have passed or who have gotten shot, and they're begging and pleading for help. And everybody got a damn lighter and a candle out and still won't say anything when the police come. You rather fight and argue with the police when they're there to solve crime, to solve your murder or the death of your child from gunplay, from gun violence, just like the one or two incidents I just got to describe. This is what we deal with constantly, every day. The young man out there terrorizing the neighborhood. They're not black men, not from what I can tell. They don't have no respect for each other because they kill each other every chance they get. Don't know how to settle disputes. Don't have no respect for life whatsoever. And you tearing up your own. You killing your own. You tearing up your own community. And the ones that come there, like I just mentioned, the police come there to solve the crimes of the neighborhood or the community, whether it involves drugs, guns, murders, all that stuff. Why do you think they're there? It shouldn't even have to be a fight. If you was consciously and you were man enough to handle your business and do what you were supposed to do and be responsible. Be responsible for yourself, your family, your mother, your father, and your kids, if you have any. That's what men do. You have respect for other people, be it police or whatever the case may be. You don't destroy everything that you've been put in a position to do something about. You don't tear up your own community. You don't beat on your woman. You don't sell drugs to your own people. You don't kill one another. You go out here, you become a man, you get a job, you do the responsible thing and take care of yourself and your family. That's what men do. And you do it with honor and respect for one another. We're losing young black men at an alarming rate. And I hope you got something out of this, because I'm trying to do something motivational with people. And for a lot of African American men out there, It don't even just have to be in our case. It could be black, white, Latino, whatever the case may be. But a lot of young men out there are destroying their lives, and they do everything within a moment. But the reason why I said the word coward, because they are. And anybody who defends them is also a coward. And anybody who protects these individuals is also a coward. Anybody who don't turn them in is also a coward. So if you just got mad by what I said about the word coward, then you are a coward. Because if you don't stand up to these individuals and retrain them or re-brainwash them or get them up out of the community or turn them in, then you are a coward. So it's not just about the individuals who are out there destroying the community. It's about you too. Stand up and do something about the murders out there in the streets. Don't be a coward. Turn they behind in. If they don't want to rehabilitate, turn them in. There's no excuse for this madness that's going out here and all the high rates of murders. Not just here in Charlotte, North Carolina, anywhere else. Because that's what I'm gonna be doing from now on, pulling stores and dropping bombs like this. No more excuses. You can do anything in life if you choose to. But what you choose to do may ultimately decide your fate. Because I was raised by men, and we all have our mistakes. We all make mistakes. We've all done things we're not proud of. But they never taught me anything about being a terrorist in my own community, or a terror, or someone who's not wanted by the community. They taught me something about being a man. And I love in each and every one of them for that. They never told me anything about disrespecting my mom. They never told me anything about disrespecting my community or my brother. I wasn't raised like that. So these are the type of men that I'm talking about. This is how I was raised. The stuff these fools out here doing wasn't raised by no men. Don't even have the decency to even understand what a man should be. No goals, no objectives in life, no purpose. But to look good and flash and then wind up going to jail and have it all taken away anyway. It only lasts for a minute. But desire to be something and being a man lasts forever. All that other stuff is momentary. Life could be long, enjoyable, and profitable if you do things the right way. But you got to respect yourself and you got to respect your family. If you're going to have kids, take care of them. Well, grown ass man sitting here and hollering about you got all these type of kids and you don't even take care of them. They ain't yours. It's the woman who's always stuck trying to wonder how she gonna make ends meet and willing to take anything just to try to make ends meet to where she can actually have something in life. And your trifling ass sitting out here running from corner to corner selling dope in your own community, giving it to your own people. I don't respect that. Building up money for what? And you get ready to lose all of it as soon as you get stopped. If the police don't put a bullet in you from having to try to fight with you. Be easy on yourself. Do things the right way. Make your family proud. But one thing I can say about me, no man ever in my life ever taught me anything about being a terrorist in my own community or being a coward. Never learned nothing like that from James Best Jr., my father. Never learned anything like that from James Best Sr., my granddad. Eddie Green, who we all know and love as Mutt Jr., never taught me anything about being a coward. Uncle Tyrone never taught me anything about being a coward. Uncle Ray never taught me anything about being a coward. Uncle Johnny never taught me anything about being a coward. Never taught me anything about being disrespectful to the people that I was supposed to be loving and taking care of. Gonzo Sr. never taught me anything about being a coward from the short time I got to know him. These were men. James Doctor, my granddaddy, never taught me anything about being a coward. You work hard for what you want. Uncle Ronnie, Uncle CJ, never taught me anything about being a coward. I learned from all these type of men in my life. So I don't have no excuse. Neither do you. There's no place for cowardice in the black community. We don't need no more cowards. We need more men. And I can go on and on with the list that I learned from. I learned something from each one of these men. Whether they was my grandfather, my dad, my stepdad, my uncles, and even my cousin. They were all role models. Nobody never done this stuff like the stuff that y'all pulling out there in the streets today. What raised like that? Find some hope and something to believe in. And pick a role model like I picked from the list I just gave you. And that's how I remember these guys. Because they taught me a lot. Now I made mistakes too. But I wasn't a terrorist to my own people. And I wasn't a terrorist to my own neighborhood, or my own community. When they saw me walking and talking, they said, well, that's one brother we know we can rely on. If I need anything, I can get it from him. I don't have to go rob him and knock him upside the head like a damn idiot. I don't have to kill him. So in the way I walk with respect. I walk with my head up high, and I don't carry a gun. When you roll up on me with bad intention, you're going to get something with these hands. You're going to take something right along with you. You're not going to leave the same way you come. And it's called respect. And so you're going to respect me as a man. The young guys at the job, they respect me as a man. You just don't talk to me any other kind of way. You take that stuff on around the corner with somebody else who know you and understand you with that idiot talk, then they might be able to sit there and listen to it. I can't listen to it. I can't study any more of this. So my challenge to anybody who ever gets this message, be it now or in the future, take time out from certain individuals that you know have some type of decency and sit down and talk to them. If you don't know what a man is, ask him. And you take the good out of that and go on to the next. So you will have some hope for the future. And you don't have to be a terrorist and a coward to your own community. And like that must I remind you, anybody who supports this type of behavior is also a coward. That goes for men, women, and kids. Turn these fools in. No more vigils for me. I don't even want to see it no more. There's no excuse for it. Out there killing one another. You ain't doing no good. You serve no purpose in the community. Time for you to go. Check out or check in and be a part of the community and be a respectful man in your family. And stop being a coward. Y'all have a good night.